Nofap or semen retention? Which method is better for you? What is more conducive for your long term? I've tried both, and that's why I'm making this video, and I'm going to go around the pros and cons around each, and you make an informed decision. I'm not here to tell you which is better overall, because it works different for everyone else. Some of us are partners, some of us are single, some of us are extremely addicted, chronically addicted, some of us only do it frequently. So it's completely dependent on your goals. It's completely dependent on where you're coming from, where you're going, or your personal circumstance. So only you can answer what is better, but I'm here to provide you the facts and what I noticed and the pros and cons for both, and that way you can make an informed decision. But starting off with Nofap, of course, if you've been living under a rock, you know what Nofap means. And when I speak about Nofap, I mean specifically hard mode. That means no pornography, no masturbation, not even looking at soft porn, bikini pics, revealing clothed pics. Ideally, you avoid these things, even ideally avoiding dating apps to a certain extent, where you're just laser beam focused on your craft, on your purpose, and you only engage with females in real life. And what I mean by that is in public settings, in bars, social clubs, hobbies, whatever, but you don't do it online. You avoid that at all costs. You try and limit your social media. Now, these benefits are profound. These benefits are things that you're going to experience quite quickly, especially if you're chronically addicted. And that is because the benefits that you perceive and you receive is all up here. And I've made this point before. It's not necessarily down here. And I'm going to get to that point in a minute. The benefits that you get, at least for the 85 to 90%, is not from retaining your semen, but it's the way that your brain is rewired. So I've spoken about this concept before, but it's about your dopamine levels returning to its baseline levels. It's the receptors being restored. So you're no longer frying your brain. But it's not that the testosterone is going up. It's that your body's able to use the testosterone a lot more efficiently because it's got the receptors to bind onto it. Now, I do want to make a disclaimer. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know the intricacies. I don't know the specific scientific terms. So it's kind of like bro science here. But this has been verified to me by a scientist, but as well as that I've read and I've done my research on this. So most of the benefits will be how your brain is rewired. So when you're replacing poor habits like masturbation with something productive, you're training your brain to basically release dopamine when you've completed a difficult task. And then that motivates you more to then complete that task again. And that way you make inroads, you make progress into your goals in life. And Nofap is very good. Now, people say, how do I deal with urges? No, the thing with urges is that's a good thing. You want to have urges. That means your body is functioning correctly. That means you've got testosterone flowing through your veins. That's exactly what you want. If you didn't have urges, you're either on a flat line, or that means there is something biologically wrong with you and you have to go and get your T levels checked. The fact that you're horny and you've got these severe urges that are almost irresistible, that's a good sign. It's about harnessing that and transmuting that sexual energy. It's not about not having urges. You're supposed to have urges. You're a young guy. I'd like to think you would have urges. The only negatives, as I said, it can get intense at times. Of course, we've used it as a stress reliever before. You might be thinking about intercourse 24/7 in your mind. These are the negatives of Nofap, but you just have to find a way to get past it. And if you can't, you will end up struggling with it. But moving on to semen retention, very similar, but of course we know the rules. You cannot release semen in any way possible. It's only wet dreams is the only rare exception. This means not having intercourse with the opposite sex. So you can't even release with a woman. So if you're in a relationship, you just cannot do semen retention. This is for my single guys. Now, I've done both. Again, the benefits are very similar because you are retaining your semen. But what I noticed about semen retention is in the beginning, I genuinely thought that it's the semen that you retain in terms of the minerals and the nutrients and the zinc and everything. And that gets reabsorbed into the body. And I thought that's where you had the physical benefits, when you're building muscle at the gym or your endurance and fitness or energy levels. And there is an element of that. I'm not going to lie to you that there is a small 5 to 10% increase, and there actually is an element to that. But once again, the real benefits that you get is up here. It's the way that your brain rewires. So if you're on semen retention and you go ahead and have intercourse with a woman, if you feel as though that you have lower energy levels, or you feel as though your benefits have disappeared, that's a placebo effect. Because you've told yourself now that, my benefits are going to go down, because you've told yourself that, you naturally are going to feel that way. That's why the belief system is extremely powerful. It is a placebo effect. But scientifically, there's not much correlation there. It's the way that your brain is rewired. So a lot of people will be on semen retention, have intercourse, but still feel amazing after. Again, that's exactly how it is, because nothing has really changed up here. You've wired yourself to have pleasure and interact with the opposite sex, which is how humans are supposed to interact. It's not jacking off to pixels off a screen. It's not about the semen that you retain. It's the way that your brain is rewired over time, and it's giving that time, allowing yourself to heal mentally. So again, the benefits that you get, whether it's semen retention, whether it's nofap, is mainly going to be up here. But if you are single, I would give semen retention a go, because you do have those added physical benefits. But overall, for me, it was negligible. I prefer doing nofap over semen retention, but please understand that that is my personal experience and my opinion. So for you guys, that might be a bit different. If you're in a relationship, then nofap is definitely the way for you. You shouldn't even be jerking off if you have a girlfriend. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. There is no reason why you should be doing that at all. But if you are single, definitely something to consider. Try both, but for me personally, nofap was better. I am curious to hear what you guys think as well. Have you tried both? What, in your experience, which one was better? What was sort of the longest period you went without it in terms of abstinence? Please inform me. Please let me know. We can have a debate and a discussion in the comment section below. But if you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.